Hello and good morning, everybody. Welcome to Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field, where today the Roseburg Indians get ready to take on the Grants Pass Cavemen in a conference doubleheader. It is Southwest Conference play for you here this afternoon on The Score. Roseburg comes in with a 2-2 overall record after winning their first game in Southwest Conference play over South Eugene back on Tuesday. Roseburg picking up that victory to improve to 2-2 on the year and 1-0 in conference play. On the other side, it's the Grants Pass Cavemen at 1-1 in conference or overall on the season and 1-0 in conference play. We welcome you into today's broadcast and happy to have you with us for this broadcast of Roseburg High Sports here on The Score. This is the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Coming up, we're going to get a chance to catch up with head coach Troy Thompson here in just a few moments, so stay tuned for that. Before we take our first break of the pregame show, I want to remind everybody that today's game is streaming live with video online at 541radio.com, where you can watch the action streaming for free thanks to sponsorship from the Cow Creek Tribe. You can also find us on our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button to make sure you follow Roseburg High Sports throughout the school year. All right, we'll take that 2-minute break. We'll come back with a pregame interview with head coach Troy Thompson here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Back with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run of the dome for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Roseburg baseball in action here this afternoon on The Score. We've got a doubleheader coming up for you as the Indians welcome in the Grants Pass Cavemen. And joining us now is head coach Troy Thompson. Coach, first doubleheader of the season always adds a little bit of excitement to the day for you guys. How's the team feeling? You picked up a big conference win to start things out this week, and now 2 games here against a good Grants Pass team. How's the team feeling after a couple of days of practice?
Well, we had a couple of real good days of practice starting Wednesday and into Thursday, and obviously finishing on Friday. So good practice. Kids did a good job and worked on a lot of things that continuously need to be worked on. So we were able to do that, and the weather held for us, so that was good. And we're excited. Like you said, doubleheader here today. It's always a challenge to come out and play 1, let alone 2 on a single day. So our league schedule is what it is with that on Saturday doubleheaders, and we find ourselves in our first one here today. So we're excited about the opportunity.
You know, we saw the team come out and do a nice job against South Eugene to open things on Tuesday. We always talk about kind of the things you continue on to work on and continue to prove on. But what did you see that you liked about it? Obviously, defense played pretty clean out there, but, come away thinking about things that you liked, that you're impressed with, and you want to continue to see this team do that you saw on Tuesday.
Well, I thought we were competitive on the mound. Starts there. I thought we came out and threw strikes and didn't give them extra opportunities or passes on the bases. So I thought our pitching was good on Tuesday. We played, like you said, clean defense behind them, turned a couple double plays, which is always helpful, and that was good to see. And then offensively, it was a good approach by our guys. It's sometimes hard to be patient, and I think we worked a number of walks. I forget what our total numbers were, 7 or 8, I believe, on Tuesday's game. So that was good to see our guys be patient in their at-bats at times and aggressive when we could be. I think we ended up with 3 extra base hits on Tuesday, so that was nice to see as well. Get some balls in a gap and watch our kids run a little bit. So that was a good performance. I think all around Tuesday it was nice to get a league game in and nice to come out with the win. But that doesn't mean much, obviously, here today. A little momentum coming into today against, like you said, a very good Grants Pass team that's coming off a win last Tuesday as well against South Medford. They beat South Medford, I believe it was 4-2. So, they're feeling good about themselves too, and return a number of good players for them, including the player of the year last year in our league in their catcher, Troy Osborne. So, yeah, it'll be a real challenge for us today, not only on the field, but to stay focused here for, the doubleheader for 2 games.
We pitching the pitch counting and the limits that you guys have to deal with, that has added an extra element to the strategy and the dugout. And how are you guys sitting today? I know that you guys got Jake out at towards the end of that game on Tuesday. Everybody ready to go? Everybody fit the bill to be available for you here today?
Well, we are. That's the thing that pitch counts has done here the last however long they've been in. I don't know what the number of years. A number of years.
It feels like it's been a bit.
So we've been able to navigate that through the years and hopefully put our kids in a good chance or a good opportunity or a good place to be with their pitch numbers. And our kids are big and strong, and our guys that are on the mound for us want the ball and they want to be out there as long as they can go. So yeah, we have everybody available here today, and we're gonna need all those arms coming in, looking ahead a little bit to next week when we play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and potentially Thursday. So we have a bunch of games coming up, and all of our arms will see lots of innings here coming up. But as of today, yes, we're good to go with all of our arms.
You mentioned Grants Pass, and they're a team that does seem to bring back quite a few guys that did earn some all-conference recognition. And it's always nice to have a team that brings back a lot of guys that you got a chance to really get to know the year before. So as you guys gear up for this matchup, what should we know about Grants Pass as we get ready for this one?
Well, like I said, like you said, they return a number of players, and they threw Tuesday. They threw a returning player in Luke Morgan on Tuesday against South Medford, and like I said, they got the win there. So I'm not sure who we'll see on the mound today for them. They returned a number of guys we saw last year. I'm sure we'll see them today as well. And like we've talked through the years, we don't ever try to get too concerned about what the other team's doing and what they're going to play out here today. But, we do know they returned some players that have played innings for them in the last year. So we're excited to see them. And obviously it's a great challenge for us here at home today. And we're hopeful the weather holds for us here today. So far, so good. And I hope that continues. But, we always like to see Grants Pass. New coach for Grants Pass this year, first year as the head coach, was an assistant for them through the last couple of years, and Kyle Garrison. And so he leads the team this year with a number of returning players.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely look forward to seeing how this matchup, which is always a good one, shapes up here today. Coach, thanks so much for the time in the pregame.
Thank you.
That is head coach Troy Thompson. As we get ready to start out today's ball game, we're going to have to skip our second break here in the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. We'll make that up a little bit later on. Braden back in the studio, so you know there. All right, we lead things off with Evan Valenzuela, a left-hander, to face off against Jake Johnson, the right-hander, on the mound as we get this one underway. Welcome you in, everybody. Joey Kieran here with you from Champion Car Wash Field. A 1-0 pitch here for Valenzuela. Takes outside from the righty Jake Johnson, and we are underway in this one. It's a drizzly day out there, not very warm temperatures either, and we get this one going here. A ball cut on and fouled away down the right side. That'll make it a 2-1 count here to the leadoff man, Valenzuela. They get started just a little bit ahead of time, and we were scrambling with some technical issues here before the game, so we're all playing catch-up as a pitch hits the inside corner for Johnson. Gives him a 2-2 count against Evan Valenzuela, the second baseman for Grants Pass. We'll try to get you a rundown of starting lineups and where everybody is here as we make our way through. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. A strikeout to start things off for Jake Johnson, retires Valenzuela. The lefty goes down, one away for the Tribe here in the top of the first. Strikeouts this season brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. When disaster strikes, it's good to have someone you can trust on your side. Call Chris at State Farm at 541-672-3301. One down, nobody on. It brings up Troy Osborne. Osborne, the senior this year. First pitch swinging, fouled away. Troy Osborne, senior catcher. He was the Southwest Conference Player of the Year last year as a junior. He's been an up-and-comer starter at the varsity level since his freshman year. Takes high and inside for a 1-1 count. Not sure if he has made a college commitment as of yet. I assume that will be forthcoming at some point as a 1-1 pitch. Fouled away for strike two. This Grants Pass team loaded with returners this year, as we talked about there with head coach Troy Thompson here in the pregame show. The 1-2 to Osborne bounces in front of the plate for Jake to even things up at 2-2. One away after the leadoff strikeout to Evan Valenzuela. Troy Osborne, the catcher, at the plate against Jake Johnson, the right-hander from Roseburg. A wind and fire. Got him to foul off another pitch. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, this is just off the top of my head here, I believe that Jake Johnson was the guy that made the spot start at Grants Pass last year and picked up a big win on the road. This is 2-2 pitch. Strike three at the knees. Catches the inside corner for the punch out. Back-to-back strikeouts, and he gets Osborne with the backwards K. 2 down. And it'll be Luke Morgan to step in next. Trying to remember, I think it was Takahashi that was scheduled. It would have been his scheduled start at Grants Pass, but Takahashi dealt with an injury, and so they put Jake Johnson into that starting role, and he came out there and just had a lights-out ball game. And I want to say it was all against Grants Pass and on the road, if I'm remembering correctly. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the top of the first, Luke Morgan is the number 3 batter. He takes low and outside for ball 1. Some big hitters here at the top of the order. Osborne, Morgan, Lier, all big body guys. There's a ball rocketed in the air out towards left field. Caden Austin, though, with space to work, makes the catch to retire the side. A 1-2-3, top of the first inning for the Grants Pass Cavemen. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We're through a half inning. Let's get in a 1-minute break here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Bottom of the first inning here from Champion Car Wash Field. Roseburg and Grants Pass, game 1 of a doubleheader. On the mound for the Cavemen today will be Logan Zavolta, a right-handed pitcher who will make the start and try to see if he can keep this a scoreless game through 1 inning of play. Before we get into the bottom of the first, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg Baseball on The Score. Bottom of the first inning, scoreless game after a 1-2-3 top of the first, and Roseburg will have Brooks Avery to lead things off here to start the bottom of the first inning. The shortstop for the Tribe coming off of a nice strong performance at the plate against South Eugene on Tuesday, where he had a triple and a double in that matchup. He'll lead things off. Following him will be the second baseman Paxton Burke. Then it'll be right fielder Dane St. Clair batting third. We'll run through the rest of the lineup here in just a moment. As we get this one underway, Brooks Avery will dig in. Zavolta on the mound, a junior. First pitch in for a called strike, and we are underway here in the bottom of the first in our ball game. 12:05 here, just past the top of the hour. Quick top half of the first inning. Zavolta's 0-1, high and inside for a 1-1 count to Avery. Brooks Avery, of course, senior on this team, returning all-conference selection for the Indians. 1-1 pitch outside. Osborne behind the plate, sliding to his right. Troy Osborne, the battery mate for Zavolta, working behind the dish. For Avery this season, batting at .462 at the moment. Takes on the outside corner as Zavolta with a high back leg follow through. Really gets that rotation going there. 2-2 count. Zavolta looking for a punch out to start things off. He'll miss outside to take things full. So Avery, Paxton Burke, and then Dane St. Clair coming up here in the first inning. Starting things off for Roseburg. A full count pitch coming up here for Avery. Takes ball 4, gets on base to start off the ball game. For Avery, his fourth walk of the season. 1 on, nobody out. Roseburg an opportunity to try and get on Grants Pass here early on. Take the early lead. Up to bat will be the lefty Burke. Takes at the top of the zone for strike 1. Got back-to-back lefties here in the lineup for the Indians. Big lead at first, and a look that direction back in safely will go Avery over there. We know he likes to try and get going on the bases. 4 steals already this season. Speedster around the base paths, and he will get in the head of Logan Zavolta here early on. That's what they want him to do in that leadoff spot. Get on base and try to disrupt the rhythm of the opposing team, and it's going to prompt the visit out to the mound for Troy Osborne to have a conversation with the pitcher, Zavolta. Only the third game of the year for Grants Pass. Granted, Roseburg's only in Game 5, so neither team's necessarily got a wealth of experience this season under their belt, but for Grants Pass, only Game 3. They're still probably working on some of their signals, making sure everybody's on the same page. Another pickoff throw goes to first. Back in safely goes Avery over there. Runner going. Throw down to second base will not be in time. In safely goes Avery. After the leadoff walk at the plate, a 1-1 count for Paxton Burke. So runner into scoring position for the Indians. Nobody out. Now they'll look for King to try and come up with something big. Or, excuse me, not King, but Burke. King at the bottom of the lineup. Just finished writing his name into my book. Time called, and out to the mound goes Osborne. They bring in the right side of the infield, and they've got the third baseman playing in. They're expecting this could be a bunt situation here for Paxton Burke. One count, man at second base, nobody out. Burke, left-handed hitter, does show a bunt late, takes high. So Roseburg in the coach's box thinking the same thing. Maybe we look to try and sacrifice Avery over to third, or just put the screws to the Grants Pass defense here early to see how they do the bunt defense. Big swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch for Burke. Looked like he got out in front on that one. He was eagerly looking to try and rip that ball into right field. 2-2 count. Zavolta back into the at-bat. The infield will back up a little bit. Still playing in on the right side. 2-2. Low and inside, just above the shoelaces. Avery at second. A walk and a stolen base gets him into scoring position. Second consecutive batter going to a full count here for Logan Zavolta, the right-hander on the mound. 3-2 pitch. High and away, ball four. And nobody out, runners at first and second. Back-to-back walks to start off the ball game. That'll bring up Dane St. Clair, an opportunity to try and get Roseburg on the board here early and really start to put some pressure on Grants Pass here in the first inning of today's ball game. Dane St. Clair also bats from the left-handed batter's box. Big opportunity here early. St. Clair takes off speed high and away. Looked like he might chase for a moment, but takes it. Struggling to find his way into the zone here early for Zavolta. We'll look at the Grants Pass defense here in the bottom of the first. Just a bit elevated on the 1-0 pitch for Dane St. Clair. Running through the rest of the lineup, Jake Johnson waits on deck, the pitcher. In the hole will be the 5-hitter Camden Hartzell. Cash Richardson at third base will bat 6, followed by the left fielder Caden Austin. Batting 8th and catching is Amos Bowers, and the 9-hitter is the center fielder Heath King, as they look back to second base, but no throw by Zavolta. That's a look at your starting 9 for the Roseburg Indians here today against Grants Pass in Game 1 of our doubleheader. 2-0 delivery for St. Clair. Inside, right under the letters for a called strike. St. Clair looked to the umpire as if he almost wanted to say, I disagree with you on that call. 2-1 delivery. A look back to second. Slide not in time, or the tag not in time. Slide just ahead. I was close out there, a little closer than I was anticipating. Throw on target by Zavolta, applying the tag. Braden Morris, the shortstop, almost got it down in time. 2-1 count remains here for St. Clair. Dancing around at second base is Avery, and the pitch comes in high for a 3-1 count. Mentioned Osborne behind the plate. Cole Carnes at first. Evan Valenzuela at second. On the left side of the infield, Luke Morgan at third and Braden Morris at short. In the outfield, Reese Reynolds, Nathaniel Bassett, and Bruxton Lier from left to right. High on the 3-1, and the bases are loaded with nobody out to start off the ball game for Roseburg. Avery moves to third, Burke to second, St. Clair down to first. 3 straight walks, and as expected, that prompts a visit from the dugout for the Cavemen. Well, Roseburg softball in action at home today with a doubleheader against Grants Pass. They got things underway over there. They already are in the top of the second. Roseburg leading that one 4-1 after the first inning in that contest. We'll keep an update on that with the Roseburg softball team. Trying to remember here. Softball. Did softball win on Tuesday? Do you remember? Yeah, that's what I thought they did win. They got done quickly and got over here. Yeah, it was like 7-2, I think is what it was. And they got here to the Champion Car Wash Field to root on the baseball team as our game went a little bit longer. Also finished in a comfortable victory for Roseburg at 10-1 over South Eugene. So both teams looking to stay undefeated in league play here today, and the softball team out to a early start in front of Grants Pass. All right, bases loaded, nobody out. Cleanup hitter Jake Johnson looking to help his own cause. Takes outside for ball one. Well, as you might expect, it is a cool day here in Roseburg today, here in the Umpqua Basin. There was some raindrops coming down as the game was getting ready to get going. 1-0 pitch. Johnson swings, fouled it off for strike one. I wasn't sure if he got a piece of that one as it goes to the backstop. Outside pitch, and he went after it. If he swung through and didn't make any contact, it could have been a chance for Avery to try and score from third, but he stays put. 1-1 count on the foul ball. On the mound, Zavolta. Ball belted to left field. That's well hit, but gonna track it down. A catch made. And holding up the baseball, and when he needs to be sending it back in, the left fielder, Reese Reynolds, makes a fantastic play in left field to catch that ball hit by Jake Johnson. Well hit. Jake will get credit for a sacrifice fly. Out in left field, Reynolds holds up the baseball, showing, hey, I made the catch, look. But while he's showing off the baseball, Avery was easily going to score on the play. Burke and St. Clair both tag in advance behind, and you've got runners at second and third, one run in, one out on the sac fly for Johnson. High for ball one to the 5-hitter Camden Hartzell. Great play. I don't want to take anything away from Reynolds out in left field. That ball over his shoulder, had to extend all the way to get to it, so he wasn't going to get that ball back in very quickly to begin with. But he kind of slid on his chest towards the warning track, came up showing off the baseball. I don't think he would have had either of the runners either way, so I don't think it was a huge deal, but it's like holding up the baseball. Need to get that ball back into the infield for your teammates to try and hold the runners. 2-0 count for Hartzell at the plate as he takes high and inside. First base empty, one away, one run in so far for Roseburg. Ball right side will split the difference between first and second. Base hit for Hartzell, drives in one. St. Clair will hold at third. Scoring will be Burke, and it's 2-0 Roseburg here in the first, taking advantage of 3 straight walks to lead off the ball game. First hit of the game for Roseburg comes off the bat of Camden Hartzell.
Next batter, third baseman, number 14, Cash Richardson.
Hartzell with that base knock drives in the second run of the game. Runners on the corners, still just one out. Brings up Cash Richardson, the third baseman. A look to third, no throw to either bag. For Camden Hartzell, came in batting .333 on the season. That'll be his second RBI of the year. Right down the pipe for a strike against Richardson. Cash starting at third base with Jake Johnson on the mound. Jake will tend to start at third base when he's not on the bump. Throw to first base. Back in safely will go Hartzell. They are getting some activity going in the bullpen for Grants Pass here early. At least getting some guys getting their arms loose and ready. The 0-1 pitch bounces in front of the plate. Richardson holds off. Well, I guess they had somebody down there. Now they're putting away some of the netting from the bullpen so that it's out of the way. So they had somebody getting loose down there for Grants Pass. They're wearing sweatshirts, so I can't see numbers. 1-1 pitch. Richardson, big swing and a miss. 1-2 count. At third base, Dane St. Clair after the single by Hartzell that drove in Paxton Burke to make it a 2-0 game here in the first inning for Roseburg. The 1-2. Off speed. Stays up just over the top of the zone there for Zavolta. 2-2 count, one away. On the corners for the Indians right now. Zavolta kicks and fires. Richardson rips that one just down the foul line in left field. Got around a bit too far out in front, but he got that one squared up. Looking to try and keep it in play this time around. It has been drizzly. I don't think it's currently in the process of raining, but we are looking at 51 degrees and cloudy overhead with the possibility of some more raindrops throughout the afternoon. 2-2 pitch. Chop towards third. They go to second for one. The throw pulled them off the bag, but they do get the out at second base. That's it. One run will score on the fielder's choice for Richardson as Hartzell out at second. The throw by Morgan pulled Valenzuela off the bag out at second base. But he was able to keep his foot on the bag and in the neighborhood as he received the baseball. On at first base is Richardson, an RBI fielder's choice for him. Swing and a miss for Caden Austin to start off his at-bat.
Caden Austin.
2 down. St. Clair scored on that infield grounder. It's 3-0. Roseburg in front of Grants Pass. Caden Austin, the left fielder, is the 7th hitter to the plate here in the first. Pickoff throw to first base. Back in goes Richardson. Austin at the plate. Left fielder for Roseburg takes his first pitch for a strike. 0-1 count with 2 down. That pitch just misses. It is 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Caden Austin. Trying to get through this first inning here. Zavolta has given up 3 runs. His 1-2 pitch, low and outside. Logan Zavolta, a junior. Part of a group. There's a lot of returning stars on this Grants Pass team. Ground ball chop foul for Austin. 8 of 9 starters that started against Roseburg in the final game between the two teams last year. 8 of the 9 starters are back on the team again this year. They returned 6 all-conference selections from a year ago, does Grants Pass. 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3 to finish off the frame. But Roseburg does capitalize on 3 walks to start off this inning. And they put 3 runs on the board. Get 3 runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base. Early lead for the Indians as we go to the top of the second. Back after a 1-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your 4-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
I've always handled my own finances, but I need help.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be.
Top of the second inning. Let's take a look at the Roseburg Indians defensively. Didn't get a chance to do that in the first inning. They lead at 3-0 over Grants Pass. Behind the plate, Amos Bowers. Out at first base, Camden Hartzell. At second base, Paxton Burke. In the left side of the infield, Cash Richardson at third, Brooks Avery at short. And in the outfield from left to right, Caden Austin, Heath King, and Dane St. Clair. 3-0 lead. Starting the top of the second inning will be Bruxton Lier against Jake Johnson. Missing low for the first pitch of the at-bat. 1-2-3 first inning for Johnson. And then the Indians taking advantage of 3 walks to start out the bottom of the first, getting 3 runs on the board. Another pitch over the plate, but low again against Lier, the cleanup hitter starting in right field. Lier, honorable mention outfielder last year for the Cavemen. His 2-0 pitch swung on and missed. Top of the second inning here. The 2-1 from Johnson. Got him. Got him on the front arm. Hit by pitch. Lier will head on down to first. Tried to go high and inside. Wouldn't have been a strike. Hit batter takes the trip down to first base. First runner on for Grants Pass here this afternoon. Brings up the lefty Cole Carnes, first baseman, batting with a runner at first. Squares to bunt, takes for a strike off the bag at first. Throw that direction, tag applied, got him. Out at first base, Lier way off the bag. He was expecting that bunt to get down for Carnes, and he couldn't get it. Picked off at first is Lier. That'll go down 2-3 for the first out, 1 away. Nobody on base, and it's an 0-1 count for Carnes at the dish. Now 1-1. So good defense there for Roseburg, catching the runner off the bag. Low and inside, 2 balls and a strike. Carnes at the plate, not making contact on the bunt, just left Lier high to dry out there at first, although he needed to be a little bit more responsible in making sure that ball got down before getting such a big lead. 3-1 count now for Cole Carnes as Jake has been trying to hit the outside corner and has been missing low, and that one will miss well outside. He'll issue a walk. 1 out and a runner at first again for Grants Pass. First walk in the game for Jake. Nathaniel Bassett will bat, the center fielder. 3-0 lead for Roseburg here. Top of the second again inning. Game 1 of a doubleheader against Grants Pass. Strike on the outside corner on the first offering from Johnson. Bassett, one of the new guys in the lineup, just a sophomore this year. One of the new names out there for the Cavemen. Pickoff throw to first, not in time. Let's see, Valenzuela, Bassett, Reynolds, all new names in the lineup this year. That ball in the air, right side. Foul territory, racing will be St. Clair. Into the bullpen, makes the catch. The runner at first taking a bit of a lead, but will head back to the bag. Nice job. Dane St. Clair in foul territory makes the grab for the second out. 2 away. So with 2 down, it'll bring up Reese Reynolds, the left fielder who made a great defensive play in the first inning on a sacrifice fly by Jake Johnson, robbing Jake of what could have been an extra base hit. High and inside for Johnson. 2 down, a man at first after a walk to Cole Carnes. Carnes, moderate lead out there. Throw that direction. Back in safely will go Carnes. Reese Reynolds, the left fielder. Junior this year. Another pickoff throw to first, this time well behind the runner. Reynolds, again, one of the new names on this roster. The 1-0 pitch, off speed, hits the outside corner for a called strike against Jake Johnson. Reynolds trying to keep this frame going for the Cavemen. They've got a runner on base for the first time. Hits one up the middle and will do just that. He hit a hanging curveball on the inside corner, right back up the middle for the first hit of the game for Grants Pass. A 2-out single puts runners at first and second. And now brings up Braden Morris. The shortstop.
Next batter, shortstop number 5, Braden Morris.
Morris, a freshman this year. Oh, boy. Young guy. Bats in the 8th spot. Swings through the first pitch. It's impressive when you see freshmen getting a chance to play at pretty much any sport at the varsity level. 0-1. Misses low and outside. You know, maybe, I was going to say maybe basketball, that transition might be a little bit easier, but really at any level, for a kid to go from 8th grade to varsity at the high school level, that's an impressive feat. And here is Braden Morris, the shortstop, a freshman, getting the start today. And not only just starting, but he's also playing a prime position at shortstop. The 2-1 pitch for Johnson. Fouled back to the netting. So pretty impressive there. He follows in the footsteps of the reigning Conference Player of the Year, Troy Osborne, who as a junior named the Conference Player of the Year, did get a chance to start for the Cavemen as a freshman. Inside on the 2-2 pitch, count goes full for Morris. Johnson 1 out away from getting through the second inning, but he's also got a full count here, and he's 1 pitch away from walking the bases loaded. 3-2 pitch. High, and we are loaded with 2 outs, and the 9-hitter coming to the plate. Reynolds will move to second. Carnes goes to third. It's going to be the 9-hitter. That is the DH, Jace McGowan, who will bat. Jace McGowan was honorable mention on the infield last year. Hits one foul down the third base side. He'll bat for the starting pitcher, Logan Zavolta. Roseburg playing a straight 9. Grants Pass utilizing that DH. Big moment here for the Cavemen, trying to get back in this game, trailing 3-0. Johnson will miss low for a 1-1 count. The crowd starting to file in and fill out the stadium a little bit more here as we hit the bottom of the hour. And crowd getting a little bit more into it as we get this moment here. The 1-1. High and away. A little bit more of a laborious second inning for Jake Johnson here. His 2-1 pitch. Fastball hits the outside corner to even it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, bases loaded. Roseburg 3 runs in the first inning. Leading at the moment, trying to keep the shutout going. Jake's 2-2 pitch, fouled off. Jace McGowan, a junior this year, so earning all-conference honors as a sophomore a year ago. This team has just been young. 2-2 delivery for the junior, Jake Johnson. Fouled away again. Battle continues. Battle of the 2 teams still undefeated in league play going on right now. Roseburg and Grants Pass starting out 1-0. Nobody else, except for North Medford, they have not won or lost a game so far. 2-2 pitch, high and away. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Jake looking to finish it off here. He's issued 2 walks and a single here in the second inning. His 3-2 pitch. Popped up. Not going to be playable, I don't think. Racing to get there in the bullpen. That one just on the other side of the fence and out of the stadium. Caden Austin not able to get there in time. At third base, Cole Carnes after a 1-out walk. At second base, Reese Reynolds after a 2-out single. And at first base is Braden Morris after a 2-out walk. Again, we'll go to the 3-2 pitch for Jake. High and away, ball 4. So that will bring in the first run of the game for Grants Pass. Scoring will be Carnes on the bases loaded walk, and RBI for McGowan. Reynolds goes to third, Morris goes to second. Out to the mound goes Bowers for a quick conversation. And now the top of the order. Up to bat for Grants Pass. Evan Valenzuela, the second baseman, struck out swinging his first time up. Fouls off the first pitch. So the shutout erased here in the second inning as Grants Pass taking advantage of the erratic nature for Jake Johnson here in the second inning. He's given up 3 walks. It was walks in the first inning that did in Logan Zavolta. Oh, 1 count. Jake trying to get through things here in the second. That ball fouled towards the parking lot. Strike 2. O2 pitch. And an opportunity here for Jake to try and finish it off against Valenzuela. Can't get the hitter to swing. The ball goes all the way to the backstop. The runners will hold. Bowers had the glove up there and just went right past the end of his glove all the way to the backstop. It took a nice ricochet off the padding back to Bowers, so I think it caught everybody off guard that pitch got by. Nobody had a chance to try and break. The 1-2 pitch, bases loaded with 2 outs. Got him to swing after it for strike 3, and Valenzuela will go down. That'll finish things off here in the second inning. Second strikeout for Evan Valenzuela in the game. And it came in a big moment with the bases loaded. Roseburg gives up 1, but Grants Pass unable to capitalize on that situation with the bases loaded. 1 run comes in on 1 hit. There were no Roseburg errors. 3 men left on for the Cavemen. Back for the bottom of the second, Roseburg leading 3-1 here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Headed to the bottom of the second here in game 1 of 2 today for Roseburg and Grants Pass. First doubleheader in league play for both teams this season. First doubleheader for both teams this year in general. Southwest Conference season with doubleheaders on Saturdays. Single on Tuesday, then play the double on Saturdays. It used to be back in the day where you'd play the same team in all 3 games in that week. But Roseburg playing South Eugene back on Tuesday. Grants Pass got their season opening win, league season opening win against South Medford back on Tuesday. 4-2 was the final score in that one. Amos Bowers will bat for the first time. 8-9 one-hitters due up here in the second against Grants Pass's Logan Zavolta, who continues to throw. Misses just a bit high. That pitch not off the mark by much, but just a bit high to Bowers. That catches the outside corner. The 1-0 turns to 1-1 for Bowers, Roseburg's catcher. Amos comes in 1 for 10 on the season. Looking to get that turned in the right direction. He'll take low and outside. Does have 2 walks to his credit. Walks issues earlies for both pitchers so far. 2-1 pitch down the pipe. And Bowers watches it go by, a 2-2 count. Take a look at what's going on in the Southwest Conference here today. The 2-2 pitch from Zavolta. Popped up behind home. Staying alive is Bowers. That one lands right on top of us here. Today in the conference, you've got North Medford at Sheldon. That is the other doubleheader going on today. Willamette and South Eugene played their doubleheader for the week back on Thursday. Inside pitch. Bowers didn't really try too hard and wasn't able to get out of the way of that one. So both pitchers have now beamed a batter. Bowers will get on, and they will bring in Keegan Carpenter to run at first base for him.
Batter, the center fielder number 3, Heath King.
Carpenter will take over as the courtesy runner for the catcher. Heath King is the center fielder for Roseburg. Left-handed batter. Will look to try and send it back to the top of the order and keep things going. He squares to bunt, puts it down third base side. Nice bunt. He's quick down the line. The throw not going to be there. No throw, in fact, at all. Luke Morgan hangs on to it. That's an infield single for Heath King. A beautiful bunt third base side. So King gets on with the second hit of the game for Roseburg. A bunt single to third base. Carpenter makes his way to second, running for Bowers. Runners at first and second. Nobody out, top of the order. It was walk, walk, walk at the top of the order for Avery, Burke, and St. Clair. We'll see what happens second go-round. Avery rips one to left field, down the line, into the corner. That ball fair. Extra bases for Brooks as he drives in. Carpenter from second. Stopping at third will be King as he digs back to the bag. A stand-up double for Brooks Avery. That is his third extra base hit in 2 games, not even a full 2 games. And he drives in another run for the Tribe as they now take their lead back to 3. 4-1 is your score here in the second with nobody out. Bowers scoring from, Carpenter scoring for Bowers from second. King goes all the way to third, and Avery in at second. He ripped that one right down that third base line. Got around on the inside pitch and just, boom, that was a perfect spot. Hit just fair and then rolls into foul territory, rattles around in the left field corner. Plenty of time for Avery to muscle his way around first and go trucking into second base with that stand-up RBI double. 4-1, nobody out. Paxton Burke looking to get in on the action. He pulls around on an inside pitch, but it's down the first base side foul on the wrong side of the bag. Today's ball game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or give them a call at 541-459-1545. Logan Zavolta on the mound. He's given up 2 hits here in the second, 3 hits total. His 0-1 pitch to Burke. The righty drops a breaking ball. Beautiful pitch, inside corner. A little 12-6 action on that curveball there for Zavolta. Started up around the eyes. It had some pretty decent drop on that one. Fell right on the inside corner at the top of the zone. Called strike 2 for Burke. He'll take high. That is a tough one to, after that last curveball, that is a tough one to take there for Burke, but made the right decision. That ball about the same location, but it was a fastball instead of the curveball. 1-2. There's the curveball again, and that'll be strike 3. Burke watches it go by. Second strikeout in the game for Zavolta. Picks up a big one with runners at second and third. He gets the first out of the frame.
Number 13, Dane
and it brings up
St. Clair.
Dane St. Clair. This is the heart of the order here for the Tribe. Trying to add some more to their total, leading 4-1. They get back the run they gave up in the top of the second. Zavolta facing St. Clair for a second time. Misses away. You've got Burke and St. Clair and King as the 3 lefties in the lineup for Roseburg. King right now at third base after his infield bunt single. At second base, Brooks Avery after his RBI double. St. Clair takes outside, 2-0 count. Activity in the bullpen again for Grants Pass. At the plate, a 2-0 count for Dane St. Clair. He gets behind a ball out towards center. Should be enough to drive in King. The catch made by Bassett. He's going to throw it to third. Avery in with a headfirst slide. They give up the run. They were perfectly understanding that run coming in for Heath King. And out in center field, Bassett tries to throw to third to see if they can get Avery, but too much speed for him. Roseburg adds another run in exchange for an out. St. Clair picks up his first RBI of the day on the sac fly to center. 2 down. King scored. Avery tags and moves to third. And up to bat is going to be Jake Johnson, who had a sac fly in the first inning to drive in Roseburg's first run of the game. Pops one up. Might be playable in foul territory. Osborne chasing, so is the pitcher, and he overruns it. Zavolta racing in, called everybody off. Both Carnes and Osborne were there. And both might have had an opportunity to make that play, but Zavolta overruns it. And it'll fall innocently as a strike against Jake Johnson. What could have been the third out and gotten Grants Pass out of things here in the second. If Johnson can get a base hit, or if a ball gets behind the catcher, Avery at third very easily can score. He's got great speed and is very aggressive on the bases. And I think looks like Grants Pass might have a pitch calm set up. Osborne has the catcher coming out, or has one of the coaches coming out of the dugout to assist him. I don't know if it was working or not. But they might have had some sort of communication device coming from the dugout to help call today's game. He's got a wire, it looks like, going up to his ear. Outside corner called for a strike against Jake Johnson. If that's the case, that'd be one of the first times I've seen anything like that for a high school team. 0-2 count. Jake ducks out of the way of a high inside pitch. So activity down in the bullpen. Got a right-hander out there throwing. That is Cole Ireland. 1-2 count. At third base is Avery. Swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. Osborne makes the throw down to Carnes, and that'll finish off the second inning. Roseburg able to get a couple of runs back here in the second. They score 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors for the Cavemen, and 1 runner left on base. 5-1 our score as we go to the top of the third inning. Roseburg in front. Game 1 of a doubleheader here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Roseburg scores 2 more runs.
Remember the good old days? When you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller. When businesses were local and gave back to the community. At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
1 ball, 1 strike. Low and outside. Ball 2. Apologize for those that are watching online. I did not unmute my microphone, so apologies there. It was a sac fly by Cole Carnes that drove in the run here in this frame for Grants Pass. At the plate right now is Nathaniel Bassett. Foul away, makes it a 2-2 count. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. Bassett at the plate, trying to cut into a 3-run deficit. Breaking ball, frozen for strike 3. He knew it, too. Strikeout there for Jake Johnson, a beautiful-looking slider. Strikeout number 4 on the day for Jake. 2 away. All strikeouts are brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. When disaster strikes, it's good to have someone you can trust on your side. Call Chris with State Farm at 541-672-3301 or visit chrisinsures.com for a free quote. Strike 1 on the first offering now to Reese Reynolds. The 0-1 bounces outside for a 1-1 count. Jake trying to get through things here in the 3rd inning. He's got 2 away. He pumps in a fastball at the knees on the outer half. A 1-2 count now for Reynolds, who had a single back in the 2nd inning for the first hit of the game for Grants Pass. Fights off the 1-2 pitch to stay alive. One ball, 2 strikes with 2 down, runners at 2nd and 3rd. 1 run in so far here in the 3rd inning for the Cavers. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Got him. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jake Johnson, and he will get out of the jam here. Grants Pass gets 1 back, but they still trail it. They are down 5-2 as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. We'll come back after a 1-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage. Bottom of the 3rd inning here from Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg. Today's game brought to you by Dr. Lance and Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or call them at 541-378-6694. Jake Johnson able to pitch around some trouble there in the 3rd again. Gives up 1 run on 2 hits. There were no Roseburg errors, and there were 2 runners left on base. 5-2 the score. Roseburg in front as we start the bottom of the 3rd. It'll be Camden Hartzell that'll get a chance to lead things off for the Indians. Hartzell a RBI single in the 1st inning. He'll face off against Zavolta, still out there working, and a looping curveball slowed way down for him. Out in front of it on the swing there for strike 1 for Hartzell. The 0-1 pitch. Again, a bit out in front on the changeup, it looked like there. And it's quickly an 0-2 count. Swing and a miss outside. Looking to get the out at first base. The throw in time. That'll be a strikeout to start things here. Hartzell goes down. That is the make that fourth strikeout
Batter number 14, Cash Richardson.
in the game for Zavolta. One away. Cash Richardson reached on a fielder's choice in the second, make that the first inning, and drove in a run. He'll bat here. Swings through on the first pitch. Zavolta looking good here in the third inning. The 0-1, high and inside. 1-1 count. 3 hits for both teams so far in this one. 5-2. Both pitchers with 3 walks issued. And 2 hit batters for Jake Johnson, 1 hit batter for Logan Zavolta. That ball, dead ball call. Not a hit by pitch for Richardson. He tossed away the bat, tried to sell it there. There's not a dispute by either of the coaches for Roseburg. So I guess a foul ball instead of a hit by pitch. Zavolta's 1-2. Fouled away there. One, 2 is your count. 5-2 is your score in the bottom of the third inning. The 1-2 from Zavolta, low and outside. Coming into today, Cash Richardson. 3 official at-bats, 7 plate appearances. Still seeking his first hit of the year. He had the fielder's choice to get on and drive in a run in the first. Check swing. Looks like he laid off on it. That pitch comes in just a bit high. The count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Richardson trying to find a way on with 1 out, nobody on here. Bottom of the third. Out of the windup, Zavolta. Ball in the air out towards center, playable, and underneath it is Bassett. 2 down, and Caden Austin up to bat. Austin a strikeout swinging in the first inning. That finished it off that first inning. Austin, second at bat, the left fielder. Gets around a ground ball, third base, picked up by Morgan. The big third baseman sends it across the diamond and retires the side. A 1-2-3 frame for Logan Zavolta, who looks pretty sharp in the third inning. Keeps Roseburg off the board. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We are through 3 innings of play. It is 5-2, Roseburg in front. Back with the top of the fourth here on 541radio.com and on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Starting the fourth inning here from Roseburg's Champion Car Wash Field, home of the Roseburg Indians. Today's game on the score is brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? I want to say thanks to our pregame show sponsor, Roseburg Disposal. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Video stream up and running at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel. It's presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. First pitch swinging to start off the fourth inning. A line drive single to center for Braden Morris. Morris will get on quickly to start things off here. So we've had plenty of action throughout the day today. A lot of base runners out there. We've had just 2 innings, half innings, that have gone 1-2-3. Top of the first for Jake Johnson, and the bottom of the third inning for Logan Zavolta. Those are the only innings where they've gone 1-2-3 against the opponent. Pickoff throw to first, not in time. Starting things off here in the fourth inning, 8-9 hitters coming up, but Morris gets on base for a second time. He drew a walk in the second inning. Pitch low. The runner's going to break late as Bowers, that pitch got underneath him in between the legs, and he could not find it. So into second base will go Bowers. Or excuse me, make that Morris. Runner into scoring position with nobody out for Grants Pass. They trail it 5-2. Popped up left field. Drifting back goes Austin. A lot of time to camp underneath that one. The runner will hold at second. There's one down. Jace McGowan there, flying out to left field. The 9-hitter retired. McGowan had picked up the bases-loaded walk back in the second to bring in a run for the Cavemen. Top of the order, Evan Valenzuela will face Jake Johnson for a third time. Both teams sending the same number of hitters to the plate through the first 3 innings as the ball fouled off. Had, let's see here, that would be 16 hitters through the first 3 innings for both pitchers. The 0-1 pitch, Valenzuela sends it down the left field line foul, just past the Roseburg bullpen. You've got Roseburg's JV softball team playing Grants Pass out beyond the left field fence. The varsity team's over at the brand new artificial turf softball field on the RHS campus. Low pitch taken for ball 1 by Valenzuela. So Grants Pass fans over there checking out the new facility for the varsity game. Last we heard, it was Roseburg in front, 5-1 in the 5th inning of that one. The 1-2. Valenzuela hits a sharp ground ball. It went off the runner, and that is a dead ball. The runner is out. Valenzuela on at first. The runner from second to third, Braden Morris, couldn't stay out of the way of that ground ball. It hit him, and he will head to the dugout. That is an exchange that Roseburg will gladly take. Give up the lead runner, and a runner on and behind him. Valenzuela on at first base. First time on base for him. Runner's interference. I'm not exactly sure how you write that in your scorer's book, but there's 2 down. And it brings up Troy Osborne. Takes the strike on the outside corner. Morris out, getting hit by the ground ball in play. Valenzuela at first. Breaking ball swung on and fouled away by Osborne. He's got an 0-2 count. Jake looking to try and get through things here in the 4th inning. A 5-2 lead in favor of Roseburg. Line drive shot, backhanded at second base. What a play for Paxton Burke on the short hop. Robs away one from Osborne. Great defense out at second base. Paxton Burke coming up big, and Roseburg gets out of the frame here in the 4th. No runs, 1 hit. There were no errors, and 1 runner left on base for Grants Pass. It stays 5-2 as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Big defensive play for the Tribe here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
I've always handled my own finances, but I need help.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Mountain Mike's, pizza the way it ought to be.
Well, a scoreless frame in the top of the fourth inning for the Grants Pass Cavemen. And Roseburg leads this one 5-2. Big defensive play at second base by Paxton Burke on a low line drive shot. It ends up one hopping into his glove. He fields it cleanly and makes the play at second base to retire the side for Grants Pass in the top of the fourth, keeping the Cavemen off the board. Roseburg hanging on to their 3-run lead. They led 3-0 after the first inning, and they were still on top, and this time by 4 runs after the second. They gave up 1 in the third, and Grants Pass back within 3. Roseburg looking to extend it once again, as they'll have the 8-9-1 hitters coming up here in the fourth. Amos Bowers at the plate takes the first pitch for strike 1. Bowers hit by a pitch in the second inning, his first time up. Logan Zavolta still on the mound throwing for the Cavemen. A breaking ball ends up in the dirt for a 1-1 count. Seems as if the rains have held off for the most part here since this game got underway. There is another one. That is twice today that Bowers has been hit by a pitch. I don't know if it got up underneath his arm or if it hit his pad. He seems to be showing no ill effects of it and has a smile on his face. So I'm going to guess it hit the padding on that front elbow. And as I was talking about earlier, hitters aren't as worried as they used to be. That used to be one of my biggest fears stepping into a batting box, was to get hit by a pitch. And now with that padding on there, that front arm, you can hit it off of that. It does not nearly sting as hard. Cold day like today, that would be one of the worst things, getting hit by a pitch. Heath King will bat. Pickoff throw to first by Zavolta, not in time. It is Carpenter running at first base for Bowers, the catcher. Heath King had a bunt single his last time up, looks to bunt again, puts it down, more towards the mound, barehanded, the throw to first, in time by Zavolta. Sack bunt for King. One away, up to second base goes Carpenter. So King asked to do a job, does exactly that here in the fourth inning. Roseburg will put a man in scoring position with 1 away. Top of the order, up to bat. Brooks Avery, only extra base hit of the game, a stand-up RBI double in the second against Zavolta. Takes low and outside to start off the at-bat. Avery now with 3 doubles on the year. Also has a triple. And he has a 4 RBI so far this season. 1-0 pitch. Not off the mark by much there for Zavolta, just missing inside, maybe a little bit elevated. March Madness going on right now. Games happening here this morning. First 2 days of the tournament for the men. Very entertaining. 2-0 pitch here for Avery. Off speed, carries outside. 3-0 count to the leadoff hitter. And time called. Out to the mound is going to go Osborne for a quick conversation. Oregon Ducks getting a win on Friday and moving on to the second round of the tournament. Ducks will be playing this evening as they take on Dana Altman's former team, the Creighton Blue Jays. That one gets started tonight at 6:40 is the projected time. And our pregame coverage will start at 6 o'clock on News Radio 93.9 FM and 1240 KQEN. 3-0 pitch inside for ball 4. Second walk of the game for Brooks Avery. Runners at first and second with 1 out. And Paxton Burke will bat as time is called. Out to the mound, another visit for the Cavemen. So Ducks basketball coming up tonight on KQEN, starting at 6 o'clock. Tomorrow, we will continue our coverage of the NCAA women's basketball tournament. The Oregon State women winning in their first-round game yesterday. They will play in the second round at Gill Coliseum in Corvallis. The Beavers will be playing against Nebraska that hung on to win in their matchup against Texas A&M. That was quite the ball game there that folks were treated to in Corvallis. So it'll be Beavers and Cornhuskers coming up tomorrow. It's a 1 o'clock start time, so it'll be a 12:30 pregame coverage for you here on The Score. You can tune in for Beavers basketball here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Look forward to bringing you that one. We do get a call to the pen for Grants Pass. They're going to make a move to the bullpen and bring in a new pitcher with 1 out in the 4th inning. They are going to pull Logan Zavolta and put in a new right-hander on the mound. It looks like that is Cole Ireland. We'll tell you more and get you caught up on the pitching change when we come back. We'll take a 1-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Here in the bottom of the 4th inning, it is a 5-2 lead for Roseburg in Game 1 of our doubleheader in the Southwest Conference matchup. New man on the mound is going to be Cole Ireland, a right-handed sophomore who takes over for Logan Zavolta. Zavolta exits the game after 3 1/3 innings of work, and he leaves 2 runners on base. At second base is Keegan Carpenter running for Amos Bowers, who got hit by a pitch. And at first base is Brooks Avery after a 1-out walk. Paxton Burke will bat. He takes high and inside from the new man. Ball 1 to start off his at-bat. Lefty Burke made a great defensive play to finish things off in the top of the 4th. Now looking to do something with the bat in his hands. He's got a 1-0 count. Ireland's delivery in gets a swing and a miss. Evens things up, 1 ball, 1 strike. One out so far here in the bottom of the 4th. Roseburg leading by 3, but a chance to try and add to it with 1 out. Runners at first and second. Burke will take inside. 2 balls and a strike from Ireland. I'm going to guess that Cole Ireland, the younger sibling of Tyler Ireland, the senior, who we have not seen on the field yet today. Popped up left side, out of play for Burke. 2-2 count against the Roseburg second hitter in the lineup. Carpenter will take his lead out at second base. Avery not being held on at first. Ireland's 2-2 delivery. Bounces, heading for third will go Carpenter. He's in standing up as Osborne tracks down the ball down the first base side. Avery holds at first, Full count pitch coming up for Burke. Carpenter gets 90 feet out of the wild pitch. Sets us up for the full count pitch with 1 out. Runners on the corners for the Tribe. Look to third, no throw back to first. Again, the 3-2 count here for the lefty Burke. Takes high and away, ball 4 to load him up. Both pitching staffs have been hampered a little bit with walks here today. That is the 5th walk issued by Grants Pass. And on the other side, 3 walks in the game for Jake Johnson.
Batter number 13.
Smelling like somebody's barbecuing out there. Got some burkettes going or something. Look like maybe the things that picked up with the weather a little bit. Is a ground ball right side for St. Clair. They throw to second for 1. The relay back to first. In time, double play to get Grants Pass out of this one. St. Clair barreling down the first base side. Nearly beat that out. And just will not get the call at first he was looking for. That'll go down as a 4-6-3 double play to finish off the 4th inning. A little defense helping out the Cavemen as we go to the 5th inning. 5-2 the lead in favor of Roseburg. We'll take a 1-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
Remember the good old days? When you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller. When businesses were local and gave back to the community. At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
Fifth inning action for you here on the score. Today's game brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Contact their travel experts at Travel Leader Flyaway Travel. Make sure you have an agent in your corner. Call 541-672-5701. Scoreless 4th inning for both sides. Roseburg threatens, but a double play gets the Cavemen out of it here.
We go to the top
in the bottom of the 4th.
Pass is number 4.
And it'll turn things back over to the 5th inning. Jake Johnson still on the mound throwing for Roseburg. Jake will face Morgan, Lier, and Carnes. Ground ball towards short. Picked up by Avery. Throw to first. In time. Roseburg's defense comes up with the play. Brooks fielding that one back deep at short, but gets the strong enough throw across the diamond for the out. Lier will bat. 1 for 1 in the game, hit by a pitch and a single for him. Inside for ball 1. I was going to say the infield really hasn't had a ton of activity out there. That was the first ground ball fielded by Avery. It was a strike taken, 1-1 count for Lier. The only other time a ground ball went towards Brooks Avery, it hit the runner, and he didn't get a chance to field behind it. Low and outside with the breaking ball. 2 balls and a strike now for Bruxton Lier. Then Burke had that sharp one hit right at him that he makes a nice play on. And other than that, not a lot for the infield as the ball popped up out of play for strike 2. Off the metal bleachers. Yeah, everything else has either been a strikeout or in the outfield. 2-2 pitch for Johnson. Foul tipped into the glove for strike 3. Another big punch out for Jake. That'll be strikeout number 6 on the day. And strikeouts always brought to you by Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance.
Next batter, number 9, Cole Carnes.
Cole Carnes will bat with 2 out and nobody on. High and inside for ball 1. Taking a look at your college basketball scoreboard. Not as many games going on today as we're cutting down the number of teams day in and day out. Already one final. This ball popped up left side. May have to wait till the next frame to get this one for you. In foul territory, the third baseman, Cash Richardson, is there for the catch. That will retire the side in order for Grants Pass here in the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. It's still 5-2, Roseburg in front going to the bottom of the 5th inning. This is Roseburg Baseball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Five to 2 your score between Roseburg and Grants Pass in the Southwest Conference matchup. Today's game is sponsored by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. It'll be Cole Ireland to continue his time. He got 2 outs.
We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. The first batter
on the
17,
ground into a double play to finish things off in the 4th inning, so he's pitched 2/3 of an inning total. Breeze out there kicking around my diamond signs a little bit right in front of my crowd mic. High on the first pitch, ball 1. They're in the 7th inning. Roseburg still leading in that softball game. 5-1 in the score on that one. 1-0 pitch to Jake Johnson. Excuse me for the graphic in the way there. Into foul territory, just in front of the Roseburg dugout. It's Luke Morgan to make the play. There's 1 out as Jake will pop out in foul territory.
Batter's number 8, Camden Hartzell.
1 down. Camden Hartzell up to bat. And it looks like the breeze is not only affecting my signs here at the booth, my little diamonds that have the station logos on it. It blew over netting in the bullpen area and on Grants Pass's side of the field, and so they had to go set that up so that it doesn't come back into play and cause some trouble. 1 away, Camden Hartzell batting. He takes high for ball 1. Nobody on base here in the bottom of the 5th. Roseburg does have a lefty warming up in their bullpen. I believe that would be St. Clair. Swing and a miss for strike 1 for Cam. Well, taking a look at your college basketball scoreboard, told you we'd get to that. Arizona moves on, the number 2 seed, beating Dayton. Breaking ball hits the outside corner. 1-2 count for Hartzell. 78-68 the final score. The 2 over the 7 in the second round. The Pac-12 now 5-0 in the tournament. That's great for Oregon State and Washington State. It bounces in. 2-2 count. The money earned by the Pac-12 in this tournament, I believe a good portion, if not all of it, going to Washington State and Oregon State next year as the Pac-2. It's a pitch low, full count. So Arizona winning over Dayton definitely helps out the Beavers and the Cougs. 78-68 the score there. At halftime, the only other game going on at the moment in the tournament, Kansas leading Gonzaga 44-43 at the break. 3-2 pitch, high and away, ball 4. Hartzell will draw a one-out walk. Here in the 5th inning, a runner on at first, one away. 6th walk in the game for Grants Pass pitchers. Cash Richardson will bat. High and inside from Ireland, a 1-0 count. Final from Roseburg High School, where the softball team wins 5-1 on top of the Lady Cavers. A big win there for the Roseburg girls as they will go to 2-0 in conference play. I believe Grants Pass also came in the softball matchup undefeated after their first game, so that's a good win to keep the Indians at the top of the softball standings, winning 5-1. Similar story here in this one. Both these teams won their first game, so they're both 1-0 in league play, trying to stay undefeated. Right now, Roseburg leading 5-2 over Grants Pass, trying to hang on to that. 1-0 pitch to Richardson is high and away. It was after a brief visit to the mound there for Osborne to talk with Ireland. The result ends up on another ball, 2-0 count. A walk to Hartzell has him on at first. Ireland toes the third base side of the rubber. The right-hander kicks and fires. That goes behind the hitter, heading for second. Will go Hartzell as that ball all the way to the backstop. Osborne just turns and looks for the baseball. Didn't have really any chance of trying to get Camden Hartzell at second base or hold him to keep him from going to second. 3-0 count for Cash Richardson. There's one out here in the 5th. Ireland's 3-0 pitch. Ball 4. Back-to-back walks, and Roseburg trying to disrupt the rhythm and the mindset on the mound for Cole Ireland. He's issued 3 walks. He's faced just 5 batters. He'll now face Caden Austin, who's 0 for 2 in the ballgame. Austin batting with 1 out, runners at first and second. Now a right-hander throwing in the bullpen for Roseburg. Earlier it was St. Clair. Now we'll see who's out there throwing for Roseburg. Well, there's a strike after 4 straight pitches missed. There's a strike against Austin. It's Brevin Harrison warming up in the bullpen for Roseburg. 0-1 count. Austin takes high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oh, we've been talking plenty of basketball. The Blazers in action tonight. They will be tipping off at 7 o'clock. We'll have coverage starting at 6 o'clock here on The Score, following our high school baseball coverage for you. 1-1 pitch to Austin. Pops it up. Right side, foul territory over the head of the first baseman. That ball ends up in fair territory. Everybody's got to run. Throw to second base. Got him out at second. That ball tailed back towards the infield, landed just beyond the infield dirt and in fair territory. They fielded cleanly and made the throw to second for the force out there. So they do get 1 out of it, but on safely will be Austin. Runners on the corners with 2 away. So that'll go in the book as a fielder's choice for Caden Austin. Richardson out at second, and Hartzell makes his way to third. Not sure who threw the ball to second base to truly give them credit for the put out there. As a pitch high, ball 1. I'm going to say the first baseman did. So a 3-6 put out at second for the force out. Pickoff throw to first base. Back in safely goes Austin. At third base is Hartzell. 5-2 score. Roseburg looking to add to it here. But they've got to do so with 2 outs. Amos Bowers at the plate. He's been hit by a pitch twice. Takes the 1-0 pitch out on the outside corner for strike one. One count here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Roseburg leading 5-2, trying to add to it. High and tight, buzzing back Amos Bowers. Bowers hit by the pitch twice in his first two at-bats. Those were both against Logan Zavolta, his first time here against Cole Ireland. But Ireland trying to attack the inside corner, missing high and tight. 2-1 delivery for Ireland. The right-hander looks to third, back to first, no throw either way. A 2-1 count. Bowers waits. He'll take one down the middle for strike two. RBI opportunity here. Ireland trying to finish off the fifth inning. He's walked two batters in the frame. The 2-2 pitch for Bowers. Fought off and foul territory. Stays a 2-2 count. So Bowers trying to stay alive, trying to make something happen, put the ball in play, get some activity going. His 2-2 offering once again from Ireland. He delivers off speed. It gets by its shortstop into left field. Bowers will drive in a run. It's 6-2. He did a nice job of sitting on the off speed on the inner half and pulled it right between short and third for a base knock. Big hit there for Amos Bowers, who will have Keegan Carpenter come on as the courtesy runner once again. That's the third time that Carpenter will take over on the bases for Bowers, who picks up his first hit of the day, drives in a run for Roseburg, who picks up their fourth hit. It was Hartzell that came in to score. Austin moves to second. First and second with two away. One run in so far. 9-hitter Heath King will bat. Takes low for ball one. King had a bunt single in the second and a sac bunt in the fourth. Appears to be looking to try and swing away here in the fifth. Throw to second base, off the bag. Out there at second, Valenzuela taps his chest, says, my bad, I should have been closer to the bag on that one for you there, Ireland. Cole Ireland on the mound, trying to get through things here in the fifth inning. 6-2, Roseburg in front. The 1-0 pitch, King takes low and inside. Two down. Bottom of the fifth inning, Roseburg pulling back in front by 4. Matches their largest lead of the game when they led 5-1. As the sun is actually poking through the clouds for just a little bit here. The breeze that we've been having, the wind coming through, has kind of pushed some of the clouds aside. Some of the shadows getting cast across the field at the moment. 2-0 delivery for King. Inside, tried to pull that one back in. Osborne behind the plate does a good job of framing that ball, but won't get the call. King doesn't even step out of the box. He's ready to go on the 3-0 pitch here from Ireland. Ireland moves from pitching on the third base side of the rubber to the first base side. His 3-0 pitch slices back in. A little late tail on that fastball there by Cole Ireland. Tailed away from the left-handed hitter. Ireland, the sophomore, a 3-0 pitch, got the strike. He's got a 3-1 count. King will ground one to second, knocked down. Will they make a play? The throw to first, not in time. Running for home, the throw home, not in time. And Roseburg will get a run on some aggressive base running for Caden Austin. So out at second base, Valenzuela bobbled the ball, made the throw to first. It wasn't in time to get the very speedy King. If that's a right-handed batter, maybe they had him. But as a lefty, a little extra distance down the line out of the box, beats the throw there, and then Austin just never put on the brakes, goes for a home, and he scores at the plate to make it 7-2 Roseburg. That'll go down as I guess maybe an error at second base. 7-2 Roseburg in front, 2 outs. A pickoff throw to second base, gets into center field. Carpenter will not have a chance to try and advance. So King is on at first. Austin came around to score all the way from second on a ball that never left the infield. And Keegan Carpenter, who runs for Amos Bowers, is at second base. First pitch of the at-bat for Brooks Avery is low. Avery 1 for 1 in the game, 2 walks and an RBI double. So I think that's going to go down E4 on Valenzuela on the grounder to second base by Heath King. Ducking out of the way, Avery avoids getting hit by the pitch high and inside. 2-0 count. Heath King, great speed at first. Keegan Carpenter, the courtesy runner for the catcher, out at second. Brooks Avery, speedy at the plate. Check swing. Didn't like the pitch, but he couldn't get the bat out of the way as he tried to hold back. Glances off the handle of the bat for strike 1 on a foul ball. Roseburg leading by 5, looking to try and put some more distance and some more insurance on the board here in game 1 of our Twin Bill. Pickoff throw to first. Off the mark and not in time for Ireland. Game 2 will be coming up about 20 minutes after the conclusion of Game 1 of our Twin Bill. Ooh! That one comes inside and does clip Avery. Hopefully that hit some of his padding there. Kind of sounded like it was more baseball on flesh, but hopefully he was protected as he drops a couple of different pads, one from the shin and one from his elbow. And he heads on down to first and dons a different pad, the finger protector on the sliding glove. And the bases are loaded with 2 down.
Next batter is number 15, Paxton Burke.
That will be the first hit batter for Ireland, third hit batter in the game for Grants Pass's pitchers, and 4th time on base for Brooks Avery. Bases loaded, 2 down. First pitch low for ball 1 to Paxton Burke. And it is innings like this that can really make life tough for a team. Grants Pass has been trying to get out of this 5th inning for a while, and some things have not gone their direction here in the last couple of batters. That can really turn the tide for a team. Ball smacked to center field, but it will go right to Nathan Bassett. Does not have to move much for the final out. 8 hitters come to the plate for Roseburg. They'll leave the bases full, but they do get 2 more runs on the board. 2 runs come across on 1 hit. There was 1 error, and the 3 men left on. It is now 7-2, Roseburg in front. We go to the top of the 6th inning here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Well, around the Southwest Conference today, we mentioned North Medford and Sheldon are squaring off. On Thursday, it was Willamette and South Eugene, a league doubleheader. The Wolverines winning 7-0 in Game 1, and then South Eugene taking a 3-2 win in Game 2. So in the Southwest Conference standings, Roseburg and Grants Pass 1-0. Willamette at 2-1. North Medford was 0-0. No games played in league play as of yet for North Medford prior to today. And then you had South Eugene at 1-2, South Medford and Sheldon at 0-1 to start out the day here today. See where things stand once the day is all wrapped up. A 1-0 pitch from Jake Johnson, grounder towards short, backhanded by Avery. Across the diamond to Hartzell to retire the leadoff man, Nathan Bassett, here in the 6th inning for Grants Pass. 1 down. Roseburg leading by 5, trying to get a win in Game 1 of the Twin Bill. Can't win 2 unless you win Game 1, so looking to try and start off things on the right foot. Low and outside, a 1-0 count to Reese Reynolds, who will bat. Reynolds, the left fielder, 1 for 2 today with a single. First hit of the game for Grants Pass. Hits one off the end of the barrel to Avery. Throw to first in time. That was a lot closer than I was anticipating. Reese, I looked down there. I'm going to not second guess the umpire, but I almost looked down there by the time I looked over to that first base for the conclusion of the play. Reynolds almost looked like he had been on the bag. So it is a bang-bang play there. At first goes Roseburg's direction. Reese Reynolds quick down the line out of the right-handed batter's box. 1-0 pitch here for the 8-hitter Braden Morris, who swings through for strike 1. 2 down, nobody on. A couple of quick ground ball outs to shortstop Brooks Avery. 1-1 pitch. Ooh, over the plate, must have been just a bit high. Two-one delivery. Breaking ball in for a called strike. 2-2. Johnson's 2-2 pitch, trying to make it a quick 1-2-3 6th inning here. Morris at the plate. Breaking ball does not catch the zone. Three balls, 2 strikes. With 2 out, nobody on. Challenged him with the fastball, and Morris gets a piece of it to stay alive. Coming into today, Jake Johnson, 11 innings worked. He had a 1-1 record on the win-loss. Had a ERA of .64 as he issues a walk with 2 outs. So Morris gets on base for a 3rd time. He's walked and been hit by a pitch, or excuse me, he's walked and had a single. And he gets on here with a 2-out full count base on balls. Jace McGowan will bat. McGowan is 0 for 1 in the game with a RBI walk back in the 2nd. Swings at the first pitch, foul ball for strike 1. Jake Johnson trying to get through things here in the 6th. Ground ball hit hard towards Burke. Burke to Avery at second. They go the short way for the final out of the top of the 6th. McGowan rolling 1 to second base. Fielder's choice. Out at second is Morris. And we are done with the top of the 6th inning. It is still 7-2. Roseburg in front, looking for a few more insurance runs as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 7-2 our score on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Bottom of the sixth inning, Roseburg baseball on the score. Brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Live video stream available online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score on YouTube. Find the action there. It's brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe, and you can hit the subscribe button to make sure you follow Roseburg baseball throughout this spring sports season. Plus, we'll have a little more softball action for you, and going to mix in a couple of lacrosse games, I believe, in there as well for the boys. So a lot coming up for you here during this spring sports season, and you don't want to miss any of it. So make sure you hit the subscribe button on YouTube and follow Roseburg High Sports here in the spring. St. Clair, Johnson, and Hartzell, the three batters due up for the Tribe as they lead at 7-2. They'll face a new man on the mound. Taking over for Grants Pass.
St. Clair.
Trying to tell if that's a 9 or a 5. 15, okay. Could not tell for sure if that was a 15 or a 19. Dane St. Clair, the lefty, will bat first. He takes strike one from the new man on the mound. That is Braden Reese. Swing through. And Dane St. Clair finds himself quickly down 0-2 against the new man on the mound, Reese, a junior right-hander. Missing low for ball one. On the day, St. Clair is 0 for 1, a walk and a sac fly. Hits one up the middle, and there will be his first hit of the day. Dane will get on the 1-2 pitch. A single right back up the middle goes past Reese on the mound, and he just rolls it into center field. St. Clair first hit of the game. That will be the 5th hit in the day for Roseburg. For Dane St. Clair, 6th hit on the season. All of them have been singles. Came into today batting .313. One on, nobody out. Jake Johnson steps in. First pitch high and inside, ducks out of the way. .1-0 pitch. Back up the middle. That goes off the leg of the pitcher, and it rolls into right field. Jake will get on with a base hit. And limping a little bit as he walks off the backside of the mound there is Reese. Seems to be all right. Osborne and the umpire are going to go out there to check on the pitcher. It ricocheted off his leg and in over towards second base, but looking to cover up the middle was Valenzuela along with Morris, the shortstop. So they were both out of position, and that ball ricochets towards right field, rolls into the right field grass, and Jake Johnson on with a base hit. Up to second went St. Clair, so runners at first and second, nobody out on a couple of base hits to start things here in the 6th inning. Brings up Camden Hartzell. He is 1 for 2 on the day, has an RBI single back in the 1st inning. Look back to second base, no throw. St. Clair at second base with a decent lead out that direction. The throw into Hartzell, in for a strike, pops out of the glove for Osborne, but the runners will all hold. Hartzell watches that one right on the inner half, about the belt buckle high. Toeing the first base side of the bump. Reese kicks and fires. Gets that ball chopped foul, third base side by Hartzell for strike two. There's nobody out, runners at first and second. Cole Ireland comes out of the game. He ended up pitching an inning and 2/3. And in that time, he gave up 2 runs on just 1 hit allowed. But he did walk 3 and hit 1 batter. 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called at the knees, inner half for Hartzell. Good spot on that pitch by Reese. The junior gets his first strikeout against the third batter he'll see.
Next batter, number 14, Cash Richardson.
1 away. It brings up Cash Richardson. Cash drove in a run on a fielder's choice in the first, reached on a walk in the 5th inning. His 4th time to the plate. Another look towards second base. First pitch of the at-bat here for Richardson, the third baseman. Check swing, couldn't hold up, in for a strike. Oh, 0-1 delivery. Looking for something on the ground they can turn 2 with here is Grant's pass. Pitch is low, 1-1 count. Grant's pass turned a double play to finish things in the 4th inning. Roseburg, I don't think they've turned a double play here today. 1-1. Inside. Dead ball hit by a pitch. Down to first base will go Richardson. And this Grants Pass pitching staff, they have been stubborn, wanting to own that inside corner of the plate, and it has cost them. They've now hit 4 batters in this one.
Caden Austin.
Reese will hit his first. Puts the bases loaded with just 1 out. Big opportunity here for Caden Austin, who got a fielder's choice his last time up on a bloop fly ball down the right field side. This time he launches one out towards left center. Catch made by Bassett. Sac fly. Runners are tagging. Everybody is safe. So sac fly for Austin. Drives in St. Clair from third. Adds a run for Roseburg. They now lead it 8-2. Tagging and moving up from second to third base. I don't know if that's...
Number 11, Amos Bowers.
No, it's not. It's Braden Reese running for Jake Johnson, the pitcher. So Reese tags, or excuse me, not Reese, but Loomis tags and moves up to third on that sac fly by Austin. Scoring was St. Clair, and staying at first was Richardson as they throw a pickoff throw that direction. 2 down, a run in for Roseburg, leading up by 6. In the dirt, ball 1 to Amos Bowers. Bowers been hit by a pitch twice and had a RBI single in the 5th inning. Roseburg getting production through the lineup here and taking advantage of the opportunities given to them. Off the handle, popped up, could be playable for Osborne. The catcher makes the play behind home to retire the side. So that will finish it off. A foul out for Bowers. And Roseburg will send 6 hitters to the plate. They get 1 more run on their total on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. They lead it 8-2 on top by 6 as we go to the 7th inning on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your 4-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
I've always handled my own finances, but I need help.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Mountain Mike's, pizza the way it ought to be.
Seventh inning, and Roseburg is on top of Grants Pass by a score of 8-2. 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the fifth, and 1 in the sixth for Roseburg. For Grants Pass, they had a run in the second and a run in the third. And they trail by 6 as they have 3 outs to work with here in the top of the seventh inning. They'll face a new man on the mound. It'll be the leadoff hitter, Evan Valenzuela, who will face off against Dane St. Clair, who takes over on the mound. The lefty will wind and fire in his first pitch in the dirt for ball 1. St. Clair making his second appearance on the season. He's got 2 innings worked and a relief appearance earlier in the year. Gets a strike across on the 1-0 option to Evan Valenzuela. St. Clair working quickly. The 1-1 off the handle, softly hit in the air towards short. Fighting the sun and making a catch is Brooks Avery, who stands there, I think, a little stunned that he was able to make that play and a little bit befuddled on the fact that he had to battle the sun on what has been a very cloudy and dreary day. But the sun is breaking through a little bit, and it just reflects off those clouds to make that a little tough to track sometime. But he does make the play. In for a strike on the first pitch now with 1 out to Troy Osborne. Osborne gets underneath, that ball well hit out towards left center on the run. Heath King, that ball 1 hops over the fence for a ground rule double. Now we know Osborne can hit, but here with 1 out, nobody on base, that limits some of the damage he could have done on that ball. He just muscled out to one of the deepest portions of the park here at Champion Car Wash Field. Osborne, the first extra base hit of the game for Grants Pass, gets a stand-up double. He's at second with 1 out. Roseburg leading by 6. They just got to worry about getting 2 more outs. First hit of the day for Osborne. He's 1 for 3. First pitch down the middle for strike 1 to Luke Morgan. St. Clair taking over for Johnson. Just a little outside, a 1-1 count. Look around things here. Looks like Brevin Harrison has taken over in right field. Slider from the lefty moves into the right-handed hitter, called for a strike at the knees. A 1-2 count for Luke Morgan. High and away. So Harrison takes over in right field for Dane St. Clair. And Jake Johnson stays in the game, goes to third base for Richardson. Ball belted in the air, right side, on the run. Brevin Harrison won't get there in time. It gets by him. Backing up the play was King, who throws it back in. Runners on the corners. Little bit of activity building here for Grants Pass. They've got runners on the corners. It's the heart of their order coming up to bat here. Long run out there for Harrison from right field. Couldn't get there in time in shallow right center. It'll be Bruxton Lier that'll bat, who is 1 for 2 on the day with a single back in the third. There's 1 out, runners on the corners. Ball goes off the glove. Runner coming home. Osborne will get in safely. Up to second base goes Morgan. That'll be a pass ball that brings in 1 run for Grants Pass, and they're on top. Or excuse me, they trail by 5. Ball just ended up off the end of the glove there for Bowers. Still one out, and Roseburg just needs 2 more to secure the win. Leading by 5, the pitch high. 2 balls, no strikes for Lier. St. Clair will find the strike zone on the 2-0 pitch. St. Clair misses outside, and the count goes to 3-1. So Roseburg came in a good spot here, but they definitely don't want to let this one get any more interesting than it is. Ball hit to right field. It's going to go right to Harrison. He makes the catch. The runner's going to hold at second. And that is a big second out for the Indians. Going opposite field there, Lier.
Next batter is number 9, Cole Carnes.
That ball, low fly ball, low trajectory off the bat there for Lier. And it got lucky that ball goes right to Harrison in right field. Otherwise, that could have been trouble. Lefty Cole Carnes will bat 0 for 1 on the day with a sac fly and a walk. Has scored a run as well and has the RBI. 1-0 pitch, lefty versus lefty matchup. Missing high and inside for St. Clair. Indians need 1 more. I think the umpire's hat blew off, and Brooks Avery gives him a hand to go collect it there. 2-0 pitch. Inside at the knees. Still leading by 5. Roseburg up 8-3. The 3-0 pitch. Ball 4. I'm sure they were hoping that St. Clair would have a quick outing here to maybe conserve some pitches, but he's going to face his 6th batter here in the 7th inning. 8-3 score with 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Up to bat, Nathan Bassett, the center fielder, takes it for strike 1. So Jake Johnson goes 6 innings in this one. We'll have his final line coming up in the postgame show. The 0-1 pitch outside for Dane St. Clair. Today's game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. Off speed. Slowed it down there for St. Clair. And at the plate, Bassett out in front of it. Dane looking to wrap it up here. His 1-2 pitch. Grounder towards second. Picked up by Burke. Takes it to the bag himself. And that will finish off game 1 of our doubleheader as Roseburg will get an 8-3 win on top of Grants Pass. Roseburg will stay undefeated in league play. They will go to 2-0 in conference play. And for Grants Pass, they will suffer their first loss in Southwest Conference play, dropping to 1-1. Overall records, Roseburg back above 500, 3-2 on the year, and Grants Pass going to 1-2. We'll go ahead and take the break. When we come back, we'll have a look at stats for you from game 1 of our doubleheader, and we'll start getting ready for game 2, which will be coming up in just about 20 minutes from now. We'll take make that a 3-minute timeout and be back with the postgame show here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Couple of Roseburg softball girls just came over and watched the game. I asked if they won. They told me they won 13-4.
In their second game?
I think so. Or first game, actually. Their first game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back here at Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg, Oregon, where today Roseburg will win Game 1 of a doubleheader against the Grants Pass Cavemen. Game 2 will be coming up here in just about 20 minutes from now. Final score in this one, 8-3, Roseburg in front. The final line for Grants Pass, 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, 9 men left on base. For Roseburg, 8 runs, 6 hits, no errors, and 10 men left on. Getting the win today will be Jake Johnson. He pitches 6 innings, gave up 2 runs on 4 hits, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, and 2 hit batters. Taking the loss is going to be Logan Zavolta. He pitched 3 1/3 inning, gave up 5 runs on 3 hits, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 2 hit batters. Roseburg got a 3-0 lead in the first inning after Zavolta, a little erratic to start out the game, gave up 3 straight walks to start, and Roseburg would bring in each of those base runners to take that 3-0 lead. Grants Pass got one back in the bottom of the second, but Roseburg would get 2 more in the Grants Pass got 1 in the top of the second. Roseburg got 2 back in the bottom of the second on a double by Brooks Avery and a sac fly by Dane St. Clair, and they would lead 5-1. Grants Pass got a run back in the top of the third. That would come on a sac fly by Cole Carnes. The Indians, though, would add to their lead with 2 runs in the 5th inning, as they would score twice in that 5th inning, once on a single by Amos Bowers, and then a fielding error leads to Heath King getting on safely and allowing Caden Austin to come around to score, as he would run, just keep going from second base, throw to first base not in time, and he was halfway to the plate by the time they got the throw to home. It was offline, and Austin was in safely. Roseburg added 1 more insurance run in the 6th inning. That came on a sac fly by Caden Austin, and Grants Pass would get 1 back in the 7th. A little bit of an adventure. They sent 6 hitters to the plate. They would get 1 back on a pass ball, but that is all they would manage, is a 1-out double by Troy Osborne. Got him into scoring position. He would come around to score on the pass ball, but that would be it. Roseburg wins it 8-3. The Indians improved to 2-0 in conference play. Grants Pass goes to 1-1. The Cavemen are now 1-2 on the year, and Roseburg is 3-2 on the season. Taking a look at some of the offensive numbers for Grants Pass. Let's start there. Troy Osborne goes 1 for 3 on the day with 2 runs scored. He got on with a hit by pitch and a double. Luke Morgan goes 2 for 4 in the 3-hole with a couple of singles. Bruxton Lier was 1 for 3 with a single, was also hit by a pitch. Cole Carnes had an RBI on a sac fly. He finishes 0 for 1 with 2 walks and a run scored. Reese Reynolds had the first hit of the game in the 2nd inning. He drove one right back up the middle. He finishes 1 for 3 on the day. Braden Morris goes 1 for 1 on the game. He had 2 walks, a single, although he did get hit by a ground ball in play for a runner's interference for an out. And Jace McGowan was 0 for, let's see here. That would have been a fielder's choice. So 0 for 2 in the game. He did have an RBI and a bases-loaded walk. On the other side, Roseburg, Brooks Avery goes 1 for 1 with a RBI double. He was walked twice and hit by a pinch, did score a run. Paxton Burke goes 0 for 2 but walked twice, scored a run. Dane St. Clair was 1 for 2 on the day. He had a walk, scored a run, had a sac fly for an RBI, and had a single in the 6th inning, and later scored a run that frame. Jake Johnson goes 1 for 3 with a single and had a sac fly for an RBI. Camden Hartzell was 1 for 3 with a RBI single in the 1st inning. Also had a walk and scored a run. Cash Richardson had an RBI on a fielder's choice in the 1st, walked and got hit by a pitch, so he was on base 3 times. Caden Austin was 0 for 3 in the game, but a fielder's choice got him on base in the 5th inning, and he would score in that frame. And he had a sac fly in the 6th to drive in a run. Amos Bowers goes 1 for 2 with a single, an RBI single in the 5th. Also was hit by a pitch twice. His courtesy runner, Keegan Carpenter, scored a run for him in the 2nd. And Heath King goes 1 for 2 on the day. He had a bunt single in the 2nd and scored a run. Also had a sac bunt and reached on an error. So that is a look at how this one plays out here in Game 1 of our doubleheader. Roseburg staying at the top of the Southwest Conference standings with another game to come up here against the Cavemen. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout. For those that are watching our live video stream online, we're going to end the broadcast and we'll start a new one for our second game of the day. So if you're on YouTube, just go back to our main page. You'll find our new stream started there. If you're on our 541radio.com website, it'll be there on that same page. So you'll find it starting here in just a moment. That does it for Game 1 of our doubleheader. Roseburg now 3-2 on the year and 2-0 in conference play. Grants Pass 1-2 on the season, 1-1 in Southwest Conference action. Game 2 of our doubleheader going to be coming up here in just a couple moments. The video stream is brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. We'll get a new stream started for us here, and we'll start getting ready for Game 2 of our Twin Bill coming up in just a few moments. Back after this timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.